I keep hearing this phone ring. This is a common occurrence for me. I hear this phone ring. And I don't know. Hello? I just heard a voice on the phone. It told me to myself.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Carlos Santiago. Today, I'm going to be doing a reaction video about a kid who's filming himself while having a schizophrenic episode. However, I'm going to be giving you my insight through a spiritual lens, through a spiritual point of view. Is it really schizophrenia, or is there something more nefarious going on through the spiritual side, such as demonic torment, demonic harassment, or possibly even demonic possession? Now, I'm not saying that all mental conditions are demonic related. This is just my opinion and my point of view. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. You let me know what you think. Let's go.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I decided to record me having an episode, which is I'm currently having, and I am going to talk about what I'm experiencing. So, I am currently hearing voices, and they are telling me that there are communist spies out to get me.
Okay, so just so we're clear, schizophrenia is a mental health condition that makes people think or like that they're seeing or hearing things that aren't actually there. So that's what he's going through now. That's what he's recording, the process of him hearing or possibly even seeing stuff that isn't really there.
I've not checked the windows like I normally have because I'm trying to fight it and not like go to that dark, deep hole. Here we go. Okay, so there's one voice, it's a man telling me to turn off the recording software and stop recording.
Okay, so that's at least two different voices that he's hearing right now. At least two different ones.
Before I started recording, I'm kind of fading in and out of what's going on, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know. Let me explain more. 1 second, I'm just trying to cope and I'm talking to my parents about how I feel, and then the next second I'm thinking they're communist spies, and I don't even know. I don't know. I should have wrote a script for this, but I'm not functional enough to write a script. But
okay, so I want to point out how self-aware this kid is. He mentioned that he wished that he wrote a script for this. So he's actually really aware of his capabilities, what he can or what he possibly can't do. And I just think that that's very interesting with this condition. Also want to mention that this is also the second time that he's mentioned communist spies. He mentioned he's just talking to his parents about how he's doing, how he's feeling. 1 minute they're his parents, the next minute they're communist spies. This is the second time he's brought up communist spies in less than 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So that's also very interesting as well. There may be something tied into that. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and watch further.
I'm apparently functional enough to record. I don't know.
Yeah, so this is him legit freaking out on camera. He's either seeing or hearing stuff that isn't there. And it's interesting how he's wearing a hood as well. I don't know if he's trying to hide.
This has nothing to do with what's going on, but I ordered this laser pointer on Wish. It's like a shopping app, just like for cheap things. Ordered it 2 months ago and it came in yesterday. Yeah. It's a laser pointer. See? Look at the background. Pretty cool.
Guys, he put a laser pointer in his eyes. Like, this is not healthy behavior. This isn't something that, if he's hearing voices, they aren't telling him to do good stuff.
I have this. My security alert or medical alert necklace. It has my name, says schizophrenic, my blood type, and a phone number to call. So in case I go crazy out on the streets and someone finds me, I got this necklace wrapped around. But it broke a while back, and I need to get it fixed.
Yeah, definitely to get that fixed.
It was laying here, so I decided to talk about it. But what I need to be talking about is what I'm dealing with. I'm sorry, I need to get to the point. Oh God, that freaking.
Yeah, see, this kid is legit freaking out. There's something happening to him.
I heard a voice all of a sudden just yell, "I got you!" and then it made me jump.
Yeah, see, these, like those spontaneous voices that people hear are absolutely demonic. Okay, I've heard them myself. It's like, sure, the medical world does have fancy terminology and stuff like this, or diagnoses for these kind of things, but this is actual demonic harassment. Okay, but the good news is I've seen people like him get free of this torment. Okay, and I've seen people like in his condition hear voices all day long and hear voices like in the walls and stuff like that. And I've seen people like that get free. So I'm definitely hoping and praying this is the same for him. So this guy is definitely not a lost cause. In my opinion, he just needs the right people around him, just someone to kind of bring that spiritual awareness. Again, this is just my perspective or point of view. Let's continue.
Yeah, they're very like verbal and out now that I started recording. I don't know if that has to do with anything. They weren't as bad, but now that I started recording, they've gotten real bad.
And also I mentioned this on a different video, but if you hear like your name being called and no one's around, no one's in the room, like no one's like even in the house, and you hear your name being called, that is definitely demonic. They're calling it. It could be a whisper. It could be someone like yelling, like it is like to this guy. That stuff is absolutely demonic.
So for those of you watching, you know, it's really hard to explain what I'm dealing with. Unless you're schizophrenic and watching this, then you probably understand. But I mean, I know every person's different, but I think things are mostly the same. Now, I don't know what causes schizophrenia. All I know is that it can be genetic and it's or caused by illness or something like that.
Yeah, so he mentioned he doesn't know what causes schizophrenia. Again, from my point of view, in some cases, I'm not saying that all, but some can definitely be like demonic related, just kind of what I've been saying and stuff like that. I mean, there could have been entryway, like he's talking about, you know, like communist spies and stuff like that. Maybe he has some kind of traumatic like war situation, maybe that he's seen experienced possibly. I don't know. I mean, he has a very American like dialect in the way that he talks. So I imagine this kid is American, but perhaps he is somewhere from maybe like, you know, overseas somewhere. Maybe he experienced some stuff. Maybe he's heard about some stuff that just kind of scarred him like in his soul, that this is just kind of like something that he's really like in fear about. And he also mentioned that that schizophrenia could also be genetic. And from a spiritual view, that's more looked at. We look at that such as like generational curses, where like if someone in your family has diabetes, and then it could be the mother, father, children, the grandchildren, that kind of thing. Now that could definitely be like a hereditary thing. It could be definitely there, but from a spiritual lens, we look at that as like a generational curse, like that's some sort of spirit of infirmity who's actually latched on and caused this specific type of illness or condition. Some families are known for having high blood pressure, that kind of thing. Some families are known for having like breast cancer, that kind of thing. I look at those as just more so as like a generational curse, certain types of spirits, because there are certain spirits that cause certain kind of diseases. And yeah, this could definitely be some sort of mental health spirit, which is causing his symptoms of having, schizophrenic behavior, basically. And a person or a family would continue to have these sort of symptoms or conditions down every single bloodline until someone puts an end to it. So someone knows exactly what it is and stops it.
I don't know why. I don't know. There's a lot we don't know.
And that's also another reason that I'm making this video as well. And not necessarily for him specifically, but for people who look at these things. And like I said, the medical world has fancy terminology for this stuff. And but from a spiritual lens, we look at this and say, oh, okay, yeah, this kid's definitely experiencing some sort of demonic harassment, demonic torment, that kind of thing. And it's more so about awareness. So if medication, stuff like that isn't working, prayer may not be working, well, you need to have actual demonic deliverance, basically like an exorcism of sorts, to get those demons out and see how he is. Like I said, I've seen this happen before where people are just like him, just end up becoming normal just through demonic deliverance. So it is definitely possible.
Block out the voices. I listen to music really, really loud, and it helps block out the voices. So I'm going to do that. But I'll still be talking to you guys. It's just I like listening to music.
And also another note about the hood. Now, although this is, a spiritual perspective, but just from a psychological perspective, people put up barriers when they're not comfortable or when they want to put up a barrier between themselves and someone else, such as someone like crossing their arms, crossing their legs, putting like a cup or a glass or something between them and someone else, just to give some kind of distance, some kind of barrier. And in this case, it could be just everything. So he's literally just wearing like a hoodie, has his hood over, just to kind of protect himself or shield himself.
If you wonder what kind of music I listen to everything. Like, I like all music, but my least favorite are country and rap. Those are my least favorite, country and rap. Don't hate me for that. But right now I'm listening to Enigma, their 1990 album. It's on YouTube. It's like an hour long. I heard an explosion. Like an old classic footage of a bomb exploding. It's all makes a mushroom cloud. That's what I heard just now.
Yeah. So see, this is kind of what I was talking about before. Just like he has some sort of like military war trauma. He had something happen. There was something happen. I mean, he's talking about communist spies. He's talking about now bombs and explosions and stuff like that. So he's definitely have some deep rooted like trauma there, just from like a psychological point of view. But on the spiritual side, some sort of demons could have probably used that as an entryway just to kind of get in and kind of exploit that. And that's kind of what we're seeing here.
I don't know if that's a message of meaning something. I keep getting these messages, or these coincidence stuff, and I think they mean something, but I don't know what. I don't know what their message from.
They're also known as synchronicities. Synchronicities is pretty big, like in the New Age. And normal people too, just that's not in the new age. Synchronicities are a real thing.
Obviously, someone good, I think, or bad. It could be bad, but I would think there's someone good. I keep hearing this phone ring. This is a common occurrence for me. I hear this phone ring, and I don't know. Hello? Freaking... I just heard a voice on the phone. It told me to kill myself.
Guys, if you even have to question if this is demonic or not at this point, these voices are literally telling him to off himself. He heard an imaginary ring of his phone. He picked it up. He actually heard a voice telling him to off himself. Guys, this is absolutely demonic in nature. This is so sad.
You know, I hear this a lot, and you know, I really debate if I should or not, but I never do. I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. Gosh, poor kid, he's hanging in there. He says he hears that all the time, and he's still here.
Because I threw it across my room. Man, I've been recording for 16 minutes, and it feels like only like 2. I really like Enigma. I do. That has nothing to do with what's going on. But I don't know, I'm just listening to them. They're awesome. At least the first song of their 1990 album, Sadness, I don't know. Something like that. Okay, so the song is coming to an end, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to without headphones, because I'm going to talk about what I am hearing. Because I realized for the video that's what I should do. I shouldn't block out the voices. I should listen to them and talk about what they're saying. So I heard the phone ring. I got to the phone. It was quiet for a little bit, and then I heard a voice just say, "Kill yourself." And so I threw my phone.
Guys, also keep in mind that with his condition, he's likely on multiple mental meds. You know what I mean? Like he's on multiple meds and he's still hearing voices. So again, through a spiritual lens, we're giving someone a physical body medication trying to treat a spiritual condition. That's why we're giving him physical things and they aren't helping. He's still hearing voices and stuff like that because the problem is not physical. Again, this is just my opinion. The reason why it's not helping is because the problem isn't physical, it is spiritual.
Okay, they're telling me to look out the window. I know there's not any spies, but I have to look out the window. Like, it's hard. I have to. It's like I need to. Like, I know there's nobody out there, but I need to.
This is absolute torment.
My window is literally like right in front of me. It's dark though, so I can't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anybody out there. But they're telling me there's people out there. I don't know. Well, guys, I think I'm going to end this here. I'm kind of done. I don't feel like recording or anything like that. So, like and subscribe. If you subscribe, hit.
Wow. So there you have it. So this is so sad to see someone at such a young age be subjected to such constant demonic torment. Again, this is just my perspective. I do not believe that this is a physical caused illness, since obviously he's taking medication and other treatments and stuff to help him on his physical body and it's not working, which leads me to believe that this is something more on the spiritual side. But you guys let me know what you guys think. Am I completely wrong about the spiritual component? But let me know. And if you guys appreciate this kind of content and want to see more, definitely like, follow, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys next time.